Here's the next subject under personal development, a little brief mention of a code of conduct. I found it to be helpful, whether it's in business or personal life, to develop a code. And here's another place where you can use your journal and just start toying with some ideas on how to put into language how you intend to function as a human being. If you've got a business, how you intend to function in your business. Here's what I want to be known for. Here's the reputation I want to develop. Here's the kind of service I want to render. Okay. Here's how I want to grow. I want to be known for these principles. Put together a list of the principles by which you're going to function and operate. It's not a bad idea to write it out for your business. Also write it out for your life. Things I will do, things I will not do, things I want to be known for. And one of the best illustrations of a code of conduct came in one simple sentence. And I got this from reading the story of Dr. J, Julius Erving, a basketball player, probably one of the most gifted basketball players to ever play the game professionally. He's about 27, 28 years old, been most valuable player 2 or 3 years, the last 2 or 3 years. Incredible human being. Is invited for speaking engagements all over the country. Is now a wealthy man at age 27, 28. Gifted. When Philadelphia bought him from the New York Nets, they paid $3 million to get him. And then they negotiated his salary, $3 million, which makes him the $6 million man. But he's a phenomenal young man, and he's still doing extremely well. Last year was one of his best years. Incredible. Julius Erving. They call him Dr. J for the way he operates on the basketball floor. He's something to watch. I've been by his home in Long Island in New York. They asked Dr. J, a sports writer is asking him, interviewing him. He said, what's the real secret to your phenomenal success? Everybody's wanting to know the secret to your success, right? And he put it in one sentence. He says, well, he said, here's why I think I'm successful. He said, I've learned to demand more of myself than anyone else could possibly dream up. And I think that's worth making a note of. I demand more of myself than anyone else could possibly dream up. See, that's powerful. Making high demands on yourself, that's what's exciting. I'm part of a group that does business in many countries, high-powered group. And what's fascinating about belonging to a high-powered team is that the demands for you to perform personally are so out of sight that unless you do extremely well, you just have to slip away in the middle of the night and just go away. You can't be around if you don't do exceptionally well. What you want to make sure is that you belong or that you're part of a group where the demands are high. Don't go where it's easy, because you won't grow. If they don't care what time you get there, they don't care when you leave, they don't care what you do, just show up and do your best and, try your hardest. Those are just not the demands you want that'll help you to grow and to change. It's good to belong to something where the comparisons are high, the challenge is high, the competition is keen, and the interest for you to really make major changes monthly and yearly are just there. Then you will start to tap all of your resources and possibilities and capabilities. And you'll be proud, you'll be excited. But try to associate where the demands are high. How sad when John walks into the bank where he works, late for the 5th time, and the manager calls him in and says, John, if you're late one more time, you don't work here anymore. What a sad scene. What that means is the bank manager probably has a better view of John's life than John has for himself. So put more demands on yourself than anyone else could dream up. That is a good code of conduct. Okay. The next subject under personal development is your personal development library. I've got one of the best libraries, and I'll admit I haven't read everything in it. but I feel smarter just walking in it, right? I mean, some of it you pick up by osmosis, I think, right? Just get around. But sure enough, I've done quite a bit of making up for my lack of going to college. I only went 1 year, year and a half, and then I quit. So I've been doing my best to make up, reading the classics and going through a lot of things that I would have gotten, I'm sure, if I'd have gone to school. But make sure that your library, first of all, is balanced. You know, some people are just reading the self-help books, the positive thinking books. You know, those are okay, but make sure that that's only a small part of your overall self-education in your library. Because remember, you can't live on mental candy. Just the feel-good stuff is just not enough. We all need to be inspired. But then we all need some instructions and some guidelines. And what do you do starting today that'll make a difference? What do you do to change your direction? But make sure your library is well balanced. Put in there the biographies and autobiographies of successful people. I've got a book in my library, I think it's hard to find now, called The First Billionaire. It's the story of Henry Ford, the first billionaire. Fascinating story.